Related party transactions. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, let's say you want to sell your relinquished property to your sister, or buy your replacement property from your father. Well, that's pretty clear because they're directly related to you by blood. But let me be more specific as what the tax code says about related parties, or how they define that. If in fact you own more than 50% of an entity, or your blood relatives own more than 50% of an entity, then you're also related to that entity. So for instance, you're considering selling your relinquished property to a multi-member LLC. Your dad owns 50%, your sister owns 20%, and then your friend owns the remaining 30%. That potentially could be an issue because it is a related party transaction. Or again, it may not, depending on the analysis. But that entity is considered related to you under the IRS rules. So what are the do's and the don'ts as it relates to the related party transactions? You can sell your relinquished property to a related party. No issues there. Many people think that there is a 2-year holding period, but that's actually not true. The only time you have a 2-year holding period is if you're actually swapping properties directly with somebody else. Let's say you and your brother each have a property that each of you like, and they're the same value. If you trade deeds, swap deeds, then yes, there is a 2-year holding period. But most people sell to one party and then buy from another party. And in these 3-party transactions, that 2-year holding period does not apply. What about replacement property? But that's because that tends to be the most common. Can you buy replacement property from a related party? The answer is no. There are 2 exceptions. If that related party is also doing a 1031 exchange, or if that related party is paying taxes on as much gain as you are deferring, or more. So for instance, if in fact you are deferring $200,000 of gain in your 1031, and your dad, who you're buying your property from, is actually triggering $300,000 of gain, he's going to pay more tax than what you're deferring. That actually would meet the exception. So remember, related party transactions are complicated. If you have additional questions, you're welcome to call. And remember, at Atlanta Deferred Exchange, we help you maximize the benefit of your exchange transactions.